Hello, it is Rick and Mike here from Heirloom Wealth Management with our Q1 2024. It's April 4th today. We'll talk a lot of timing specific stuff today, but it's the close of the quarter. It is our best quarter outperformance wise that we've ever had, which we're proud of and we're going to brag a little bit on. If you're a client of ours, you know we run our own portfolios and we have them audited. So it's a point of pride for us when we have a quarter like we had this quarter. So the balanced growth, aggressive growth, anywhere from 4 to 8+% outperformance over benchmarks. That's just not what they did, but what they outperformed passive benchmarks at, which, as anyone would know, is damn near impossible. But we've been doing it for 9 years now. So keep that going. We've got our top five. Mike, what were our top five holdings for the quarter?
For performance, the top five performers were NVIDIA, ASML, which are in the semiconductor.
Has anybody heard of NVIDIA by this point? Do we know what NVIDIA is? Watch our last video if you don't know what it is, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it's done well. It's had a good year. ASML, also another company in the semiconductor manufacturing sector. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, which have benefited substantially from their top weight loss drugs, the GLP-1s that are taking the world by storm at this point, and Parker Hannifin.
No.
From the industrial sector. Hermes International was almost right there as well. So pretty good diversification from our outperformers, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, we had if you know, we've talked about ASML in the past too, but they're pretty closely related to NVIDIA and the fact that they make the machines that make the chips. And they have both NVIDIA and ASML are like, we have too much demand. Like, just they have to like pick and choose who they're doing business with.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. ASML actually has their earnings report coming up in the next week or two. So
was their dividend boost last year? Was like 100. Last year was 100%.
Yeah, they pay that. It will vary from time, but it's risen over the long term, depending on how cash flows come in. But the semiconductor space has been awesome. There's been high demand driven by the growth of artificial intelligence, AI. Yep. So anything with computers in it or computer chips has done very well.
Which is anything from toasters to computers. So, which we've talked a lot. We've got videos on that. You should watch.
Our coffee maker here has a Wi-Fi attachment to it. I don't know how you're putting that to work, but
you can call ahead on your coffee order.
I guess.
So a name you guys maybe have not heard of, Parker Hannifin. We've had that for a while. It is kind of it's a robotics company. I mean, the way I explain it is if it moves...
Motion controls is how they describe
Parker Hannifin might have a hand.
Everything from windmills to aviation. Yeah.
Has that gotten lumped into the defense sector, you think, or is that on its own?
It's more of it is part of the defense sector in the sense that they supply, a lot of the components that go into what we're using for defense. But I mean, their operations cover a wide variety of products. What's interesting for them, and we bought this May 1st of last year, 2023. It's up 70% in that time frame. And when we bought it, we liked its consistent compounding nature, high quality growth for that particular sector in particular. It's become, I did not foresee a 70% jump in the price in under 12 months. So that's been a surprise. So there's been good news that's filtered into it. A lot of that has been driven, in my view, by the change in the nature of the business model from a more cyclical industrial type company to more longer term steady growth from the aviation portion of their business. They acquired a company called Meggitt out of the UK a little over a year ago. They've realized significant synergies from a cost reduction standpoint, and cash flow is grown significantly as well over the last 12 months. So there's a lot to be excited about in the company. One thing that I'll highlight for Parker Hannifin that's kind of cool is they paid and grown a dividend every year for 67 years.
Ooh.
So there's few companies
dividend
that can
aristocrat.
Claim that. No, they're a dividend king, and that's the
emperor.
Yeah, for companies that paid over 50 years, they call him a king. So,
oh man, is that a real thing for real? The king,
I've seen it.
You make it up?
Nah.
You might have just made that up. But...
I did not make it up. Somebody made it up. I did not make it up, but Yeah, to be able to pay and grow a dividend every year, obviously, you've got to have a company that is well run, operating, growing their cash flows. Parker Hannifin's just is a great business. It's probably not something you've heard of before, unless you're in that sector for work, but it's been a good investment.
Yeah, and if you have listened to these before, you have heard of managed futures, hopefully at this point from us, which is our alternative sleeve. Part of the reason we've had such strong outperformance this year is not only of stocks, almost doubled the benchmarks that they're attached to, but our alternative sleeve has done incredibly well too, with managed futures being another great year. 2022, they were up almost 60%. Um, they had down 13% for the whole year last year, another up 32% already in the first quarter. What is the majority of that accredited to, Mike? Is it long stocks? Is it agriculture? What is it right now?
Yeah, it's very well diversified in the sense of what's driving the returns is not one sector, and when we look at it, they're trading everything from agricultural commodities to, equity markets, fixed income instruments, foreign currencies. This year, the biggest return driver is cocoa. I won't spend too much time on that. Strategy has done really well this year. And I think in this market environment, as we've seen interest rates climb, we're starting to see dispersion across different types of assets, even within the same sector. The agricultures are good or softs, depending on how you want to term it. It's a good example. And cocoa, is up big, corn's down big. When you're looking at what you want from that particular strategy is diversification, across asset categories and within them, and strong trends. And so it's easy for me to foresee, to my best guess, a better environment for that strategy over the next 10 years than what we've even seen over the last 10 years. I think we could see significant price trends. And, for investors that are concerned, well, I'm not all that confident in what's going on with the economy or various currencies or versus the benchmark at 3.48. So it's 5.6% outperformance. Growth, which has 60% in stocks, was up 11.68% versus the benchmark, which was up 4.93. So almost 7% outperformance. And then our aggressive growth strategy, which has an 80% allocation to stocks, was up 15%. So 8.6% over the benchmark. And with 33 quarters under our belt since we started auditing performance, single best quarter of outperformance we've ever had. So pretty cool. You never know exactly when that's going to happen or for what reason, but Q1 2024 was a good one.
I'll take it. I'll take that quarter. If we can close out the year, it'd be great. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We will post this. If you didn't see other videos that we do, like I mentioned, I didn't post it, but we got a pretty cool video on cocoa and corn last time. Elections, apparently you can't boost election videos. So if I mentioned that, I might not even be able to boost this one. So we'll see. But yeah, we got some cool videos there. Obviously, we got a fun year coming up. The Fed's still looking at cutting rates, like they said. That might help our bond. If the one thing hasn't done great this year is just the bonds right now. Great yields, but price is just kind of chilling. Waiting for a definitive move down in the bonds, the interest rates. But yeah, we've got a fun year coming up here with elections and more Fed speak and constantly kicking the can down the road with government funding. So never a dull moment. Thanks for joining. Hey guys, if you like that, click here or here to see other videos that we've recorded, and we'll see you soon.